I'm Janie Cox. I hope you enjoyed those first few pictures, which gave you a glimpse into my little world. The last 2 to 3 years have been very adventurous and busy for me and my family. A little over 3 years ago, I got married and moved back to Gillette after completing my undergrad work at Black Hills State University. Jeremy and I are both from Wyoming, and we were excited to move back home and be close to our families and our friends, and we love to be outdoors and what Wyoming has to offer for us. After completing my student teaching, I was hired at Wagon Wheel Elementary here in Campbell County School District, and that has been we are very blessed in natural resources here in Campbell County, which obviously provides then for extra funds for the school district, and because of a result of that, we are very blessed with technology and what our school district has to offer and what they've been able to provide us, what we've been able to integrate into the classroom. So a few years ago when I first started my teaching and I was trying to decide what I wanted my graduate studies to be in, technology was a very easy choice for me because I knew I had these tools at hand and I knew I wanted to do something with them. So when I found out about the program at Boise, I thought that is a perfect fit for me. That will be great. So 2 years ago I began, and since then it's been a busy time. I've gained tenure, I've underwent heart surgery, we've fixed up our house, we've raised a puppy, we've spent time outdoors and with family, and grown to love, I've grown to love the highs and lows of 6th grade all over again. And I do love my job and what all it has to offer and what I've been able to do with the technology. What I would like to show you next are some of the technology-rich projects that I've created over the last 2 years and how they've been integrated into my classroom. Currently, I have access to desktop and mobile Mac labs. We are an all-Mac district. We have iPod touches, iPads, stationary classroom computers, and most recently I have a starboard, which is really exciting. I love having the starboard. It's awesome. It's an awesome addition to my classroom. Throughout my studies at Boise State University, we've been asked to create our projects for our own specific learners, which is an area of great appreciation when it comes to the Master of Educational Technology program at Boise. Therefore, I'm able to apply the things I've made sometimes the very next day. And all the items you will see coming up were built and designed around the Campbell County School District 6th grade curriculum objectives, whether they be for math or social studies or science. You'll see a variety of both, and you'll actually see some of my students using those things later on in the video. So I hope you enjoy, and I hope it's as obvious to you as it is to myself how much this program has enriched my teaching and how the use of multimedia and different technologies has enriched my classroom. Enjoy! One of the first sites I would like to show you is my EdTech 502 site, the Internet for Educators. This is one of the very first courses I took during the summer of 2009, and here I created many different activities, and I also incorporated learning how to use Dreamweaver and how to create these websites themselves. And again, I just want to point out that what is so awesome about the MET program is that they ask you to create all of your activities for your learners. So I want to show you some of the activities that my learners have actually used in my classroom. I'm going to start with the virtual field trip. I created this activity around a natural disasters culminating activity we do. We do different geology units, weather units, and this becomes our culminating activity where the students are asked to pick a specific natural disaster out of tornadoes, volcanoes, hurricanes, and earthquakes, and then to create a project based on that. So I created this site with extensions for each different type of disaster that they could be able to use in the classroom to find out information. The other side I want to show you is the interactive concept map. This is another social studies project that we use. This is on immigration at Ellis Island. This involves an interactive concept map where they can use different activities to scaffold their learning. They use a reading chart that they can download, a virtual tour, and read about an actual young boy's journey through Ellis Island. And the last one I'm going to show you right now is the Jigsaw Internet Search Activity. One of our biggest social studies curriculum objectives is to learn about the Civil War in 6th grade. So this is a jigsaw activity where the students are asked to split into groups and learn about the Underground Railroad and Harriet Tubman. And we just actually completed this activity last week. And here is a little bit more about that. And here you can see my students participating and working on one of the activities, the interactive jigsaw puzzle with the Underground Railroad. This is actually after school. They agreed to show what they had been working on and the website they used that I created in this course. Next, I would like to showcase some different assignments that were created using Fireworks, the Fireworks program that came with our Adobe Suite CS4 package. Here I have my unit of instruction created during EdTech 506, Graphics for Learning. I was really excited about these graphics. They each had to be correlated with a lesson plan. I did my unit of instruction around reading comprehension strategies that I use every year in my classroom all year long. So this page has really made a difference. Using my starboard in my classroom, I've been able to pull my students up to that starboard and discuss different ways to use different reading comprehension strategies, and have been able to incorporate these visuals into those mini lessons that I present in my classroom. So to look at some examples, I'm going to show you the questioning visual. You take a look here, and this is a scroll over visual here on the web. Questioning takes the students through. They can scroll over, find out what a lightweight, heavyweight question is. Go back and here's our procedures for daily independent reading time, moving left to right just as my students would read. I like to use the white space, and I stuck with the theme of the stick figure so it didn't become overwhelming or cause cognitive overload for my students. And I'll show you one more visualizing. This again is a scroll over visual, different ways to visualize while you're reading. And these have been a great addition. Something that Fireworks helped me out with that I did not actually create for any courses at Boise, but after learning Fireworks I created for my classroom, were these literary term posters. If you can see here, I have alliteration, hyperbole, idioms, metaphor, onomatopoeia, personification, and simile. I was able to create these graphics using Fireworks and then had them exported as a JPEG, and I was able to send them to our district print shop where they created for me these awesome posters that I introduced through mini lessons and use in my classroom. You can see some different angles to see them a little bit better possibly. Again, I stuck with that use of that stick figure and the different color themes. And here you see my students hard at work in my classroom using some different technologies, using the mobile labs, working on a science project that we're doing right now. So Fireworks and learning all it had to offer was a great addition to my classroom, and I enjoy using it so much, and I've been able to use it both professionally and personally. The last item I'm going to showcase is the tool Glogster. The online tool Glogster was presented to me through a couple different classes actually here at my studies at Boise State University. What you see now in front of you is an EdTech 513 multimedia project. This is the first time I used Camtasia, which I'm using now to create this video. And I, at the time, had created this video to show how to start using Glogster for my 6th grade students. They used Glogster this year for their animal adaptation projects. So I'm not going to show this whole video on how to use Glogster, but I am going to show a video on one of my students presenting their animal adaptation project to you after they created it using Glogster. Glogster has been an awesome tool for my students to use to present information. I feel that Glogster really follows that theory of constructivism because my students are able to gather their information but present it in their own unique way using Glogster, and they've had a ton of fun with it. They're always asking me, can we make a new glog sometime soon? So this year so far they created some Christmas glogs to learn a little bit about how to use it. That's when we first started. after they watched this video actually, and then they did their animal adaptation projects and created a presentation teaching their classmates about that animal using Glogster. So the video you are about to see is one of my students. Her name is Caitlin, and she is going to show you her glog that she created on manatees.
This is my glog on manatees. I enjoyed this project because it allowed you to have a little bit more interactive fun than an essay. We had to thank our picture providers, and I added captions to all my pictures.
Would you like to make another glog sometime?
Yes.
Nice job.
Thank you.
I hope that you've enjoyed seeing how I've grown personally over the last couple of years, and how everything that I've learned about and how to implement it into my classroom over the last 2 years through my studies at Boise, how that's being effective and how that's being used in my classroom. I really look forward to continuing to grow personally and professionally, and to continue to use these tools and new tools that are presented. I wish that there was almost a follow-up class so that we could stay current with new technologies. I will have to do some things for myself to ensure that I stay up on those. I appreciate being able to use these things. Again, I'm very fortunate to be able to work in the district that I work in, where these technologies are available to me so that I can put my learning to good use for my students and to enhance their learning at school every day through these technologies. So I'm going to end my video with a couple more videos of a couple students of mine, one using an iPad in the classroom and one using our Starboard. Those are just two other ways that I've been able to enhance my students' learning. One of the best things I think about that is about using technology is the student motivation piece. They enjoy it so much. They enjoy being able to use the iPads and to create blogs and to get on the Starboard and to use the mobile lab. And I think that's what's great. They feel like it beats reading it straight out of a book or writing it down on paper, and if they're motivated, then everybody's happy. So I've enjoyed using these. I hope that you've enjoyed this reflective video, and I thank you for all that's gone on the last 2 years. I'm excited it's over with, but a little bittersweet as well. Thank you. Bye.
The reason I like the iPad is because you can do a lot more stuff. It's better than reading a book.
Okay, Tyler, on the Starboard you have the definition of a scalene triangle. What is the definition?
A triangle that has no sides the same length.
Can you draw us a scalene triangle?
Yes.
Very nicely done. Do you agree that's a scalene triangle?